The air outside is brisk. Thanksgiving is but a week away. It is holiday movie time, y'all. This is Box Office Culture. Today, we're talking, obviously, as I just teased, about holiday movies and some of the exciting November, December releases we have yet to come this year at the United Theater. Stay tuned after the break. We're talking movies. Welcome back from the break. I was told it's not a break. Welcome back from the intro. Whatever. Semantics. Joining me again for the last time is Lee Metzger.
Well, that's hopefully the case. I feel like if I consistently am just a little, if I irritate you just a little bit here and there, it's like death by a million paper cuts. So eventually I'll 86 my ass right off of this show. Beep.
Getting close. But in all seriousness, we're here today to talk holiday movies. And by holiday movies, I don't mean movies about the holidays, although some of the movies we're going to talk about today are about the holidays. And some new holiday traditions we're trying to cement in place here at the United. But more on that. We're going to talk about what's coming up this week, the week of Thanksgiving, all the way up until the end of this year, as we enter then award season, which I'm sure we'll talk about on a future episode. I want to start today by saying last week's episode, if you listened, was all about Marvel and Marvel fatigue. Is it a real thing? And, all of this lead up to the release of the Marvels. And I don't want to talk a long time about the Marvels, but I want to give my quick hot take on the Marvels and say the Marvels was a fantastic, fun, unexpected, short is a good thing. That's not a criticism, but like a really good Marvel film. You saw it, Lee, right?
Yeah, I thought it was great for everything that you just said. And it's so, I think it's lost on some people that movies are meant to be fun. They're meant to give you an opportunity to leave your house, have a nice experience, and then go home. And you don't need to open your laptop. You don't need to share your negativity. And sometimes it's okay to enjoy a movie or not enjoy a movie and then just kind of let that be your own experience.
I believe what you're describing is entertainment.
Yeah. Just enjoy it or don't.
Be entertained. And if you're not, well, it's not for you.
There are so much stuff. There's so much content out there. We are at the apex of entertainment industry, and you will never be at a loss for something to watch at any given moment on your phone, on your TV, on your computer. There's always something that's going to entertain you. And if the thing that is intended to appeal to the lowest common denominator of society doesn't appeal to you, that's okay, because there's going to be stuff out there that does. Probably made by the same studio.
That's kind of the perfect segue for talking about these movies that we have coming up in the next month and a half, because this is an interesting mix of movies that we have coming, and there literally is something for everyone, I think. There's heady foreign dramas. There is a lot of family-friendly and kid films. I think our highest concentration of family/kid films since we've opened, which I think says something about Hollywood doing more kids movies, because they make money, obviously, because families want to take their kids somewhere. You want to go out. You want to do stuff as a family. So there's a lot to talk about, and we do have some holiday classics and some other classics and some weird stuff too. So I'm going to start at the top here, which is the movie opening this Friday, which is a week. I guess we're entering the Thanksgiving week, so it's the perfect movie. Opening a kids movie around Thanksgiving is always a great idea.
Oh yeah.
This is Trolls Band Together. This is the third Trolls film, the animated Trolls series. I don't know a heck of a lot about these movies. I've seen Trolls 1 and 2. My kids really enjoyed these movies. They're not for me, but they're not meant to be for me, like you just said. They're entertaining, they're fun, and they have great music. There's a new NSYNC song.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The good thing about movies like this, they know that the people bringing the kids to go see the films are also going to sit through them, and you would want to give them something to enjoy as well. So they have, if you watch the trailer, we'll link it in the bio, or not in the bio. We'll link in the description, in the show notes.
Social media manager, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it bleeds into every aspect of my life. If you watch the trailer, there are all of these in-jokes and things that will go over kids' heads that are put there just for the millennial or Gen X audience who grew up with NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and even One Direction, Dream Street, LFO.
Yeah, this one is really...
O-Town.
All right, stop. This one's leaning into the boy band thing in a kind of a fun way. And Anna Kendrick and Justin Timberlake are the stars of the Trolls series, the voice actors who are the leads. So it's really fun that Justin Timberlake, there's kind of a boy band subplot, it appears. I've not seen this movie yet. But Justin Timberlake got NSYNC, all of those guys back together in the recording studio to record a new song for this movie that released probably like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. We listen to it regularly, actually, in our office. We share an office, and it's a good jam. And I wasn't an NSYNC fan at all. I love Justin Timberlake. NSYNC, but this is it's a good song. It's a song of summer, but it's winter.
Yeah, it's a song of it's joyful. It's easy. It's much like the Marvels.
It's easy.
It's built for entertainment.
So this movie is going to do pretty well, I imagine. It's coming out right as the kids approach their first holiday vacation. So Trolls Band Together, that's coming out Friday. Next week, Wednesday the 22nd of November, Halloween Eve. What am I talking about? Thanksgiving Eve. New Ridley Scott film, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a huge Ridley Scott fan. In fact...
Wait, what is this segue? Are you saying also for kids?
Also for kids. Ridley Scott has directed a new epic about Napoleon Bonaparte. It's animated. It stars... No, it's not animated. No.
Justin Timberlake
as Napoleon, as a troll.
Anna Kendrick as Napoleon's horse.
It's going to be pretty fun. No, but seriously, Ridley Scott's new epic, Napoleon, starring Joaquin Phoenix, comes out next week, the 22nd. Next week's podcast, I'm going to do a whole conversation on Ridley Scott, kind of a deep dive into Ridley Scott's filmography, because I think personally that Ridley Scott is he's right up there with Spielberg, like head to head, as far as how many classics and amazing timeless films this guy has made. And I don't think Ridley Scott gets his due. I really don't. So I'm going to talk more about that next week. So I don't want to talk too much about Napoleon quite yet, but that's a big epic film, not for kids, but it's for the parents. Like I said, there's something for everybody here. A great Thanksgiving weekend event. You do your downtown small business Saturday shopping after Thanksgiving. Come to a matinee for Trolls. Bring the kids. You know what? Leave them with the sitter that night. Come back here, watch Napoleon. It's a perfect night. But Napoleon, I'm really excited for this movie, and it's coming out the 22nd. Another movie we have coming out next week, a smaller independent film, is called Strange Way of Life. Strange Way of Life is that right? Okay? You gave me a look like I was.
Well, it's a double feature.
It is a double feature. It's Strange Way of Life and The Human Voice. They're two Pedro Almodovar short films bundled up together, and then there's a little Q&A with Pedro Almodovar that's also bundled up. The Human Voice stars Tilda Swinton, but the primary film here, the exciting film here, is Strange Way of Life, which stars Pedro Pascal, everyone's favorite daddy, and Ethan Hawke. It looks like a a romantic cowboy film. I've not seen this yet. I'm really excited to see it. So that's opening up next weekend. First showings will be the night of November 25th. Let's see. What else do we have here? Sticking with November, the last November film that I'm going to talk about here is one of our United Rewind films. Rewind is a series that we do of classic films, and to kick off the holiday season, we're showing Frank Capra's ultra classic, ultra holiday friendly It's a Wonderful Life here Thursday, November 30th at 7:30. So come out. It's fun to see that movie on the big screen if you have not in a long time.
Mary, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Zuzu's Pedals.
Nope, they don't say Zuzu's Pedals, but yes.
I've never seen it all.
You know, there used to be a store in Stonington called Zuzu's Pedals.
I know.
Do you remember that? Yeah. All right. Moving on.
You want the moon?
Moving on.
You want the moon, Mary?
Let's go into December, shall we, Lee?
All right.
December. So I'm going to start here by talking about our Neighborhood Watch series for December called Fellowship Film Fest. Lee came up with this name. Fellowship Film Fest is...
Lord of the Rings.
Is that Lord of the Rings music? Okay, well, you buried it here. Lord of the Rings trilogy on the big screen, 3 weeks in a row. We're showing Fellowship of the Ring, Thursday the 7th of December. Two Towers, Thursday the 14th. And then closing things off on the 21st with Return of the King. All three on the big screen in our main cinema here at the United. I have not seen these movies on the big screen since they were released.
Yeah, over like, was that 20 years?
20
over
years.
20 years ago?
So this is kind of an exciting thing. The reason that I picked these films and booked this series to happen in December, these movies all came out around the holidays theatrically. People, I thought I was unique here, but I'm not. People have this fondness for these... People have this fondness for this series around the holidays.
Local straight white man thinks he's unique.
Oh, wow. Wow. Jeez.
Illusion shattered as local straight guy thinks he's
All right.
has an individual experience of life.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you. People all over apparently are watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy around the holidays, and it's a thing. It's like a holiday tradition. These aren't Christmas movies.
No.
But there is this nostalgic thing where people are actually watching the trilogy every December. Lots of people that I've talked to do this. So I'm excited to bring it on the big screen.
The whole Hobbit experience feels autumnal to me. Like the amount of food, that's probably a Thanksgiving thing. Like the extended family, that feeling you get when you're watching Hobbit, like scenes in Hobbiton or the Shire.
It's also essentially a dysfunctional family drama in some ways, Lord of the Rings, and what Family Gathering isn't.
Oh, wow.
Right? It's perfect. It's the perfect movie. But I'm really excited for this. I really hope that people come out. So if you want to see all three of these Lord of the Rings films on the big screen for the first time in a long time, we're going to bundle all three of these tickets up. I'm not sure what we're going to call it.
One ticket rules them all.
Perfect. One ticket rules them all. $25 gets you in to see all three films, Peter Jackson's films. These are not the extended cuts. I had the option to book the extended cuts, but they're like 4 to 4.5 hours each. And, you know, these are Thursday nights.
I think we keep that for you.
You watch that at home.
Yeah, that's a personal experience.
Yeah.
Because some of those scenes needed to be on the cutting room. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're showing the original theatrical versions of these films. So check them out. We're excited. We're all Lord of the Rings nerds here, so we're pretty stoked about this one. And then moving on, another Neighborhood Watch screening we're doing in December, because I love obscure, weird, holiday-adjacent films. Like Die Hard as a Christmas movie. We can't show Die Hard because Die Hard is owned by Disney and we're not able to license it.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. But, you know, we showed Gremlins, I think, last year. This year, I was looking up weird, obscure holiday movies, and I found one I've never heard of. And I can't believe this because I grew up around the time this movie came out. And
plus, the leading actor is a tour de force.
I would have been so into this. It's called Santa with Muscles. This is a real movie, folks, and it stars Hulk Hogan.
You know a movie's going to be good when someone's telling you about it, and then they say, it's a real movie.
It's a real movie, guys. This is like a How Did This Get Made movie. They've probably covered this on that podcast, but I haven't seen it yet either, and I'm waiting to see this with an audience. I want to see it when we show it here. So that's another neighborhood watch, because we like these weird esoteric B movies as neighborhood watch screenings sometimes. It's just a really fun and right in the rhythm of what we're trying to do with Neighborhood Watch, our film club here, which is showing these films and watching these films together and having a communal experience with these films. And what better than like some weird Hulk Hogan movie? So that's on the 12th of December. And then I'll just throw out, before I talk about the rest of the new releases, we're showing another classic Christmas movie about a dysfunctional family, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, here on the 19th. And then we're doing we're doing three screenings of Elf, which is 20 years old this year, which is shocking to me. We do this every year. We've done this every year, even before we opened. We call it the Elf Experience. All three of these screenings are going to be on the 16th of December. Check them out. Tickets are on sale now. Your ticket comes with a bunch of treats from all of the food groups that Elf talks about. You get some snowballs. We do an indoor snowball fight during the movie. It's a lot of fun. It's a united tradition. And tickets are selling very fast, so you do not want to miss out. And then that's it for holiday films. So in closing here, I'm going to run through a few of the other new releases that were opening in December that are pretty exciting. We have arguably the biggest movie I think that we're opening in December is the new Wonka movie on December 15th, starring Timothée Chalamet. This one's directed by Paul King, who did the Paddington movie, which was a fun. That's a pretty
Paddington
fun movie.
2.
Paddington 2 is
a cult favorite. If you've ever been on Twitter, you know all about
Paddington 2 is incredible. So that's a family-friendly film opening on the 15th. We're doing a fun promotion here where we're selling these kind of chocolate bars. What are they called? The Westerly?
They're the United Bar.
They're United Bar.
And those are made by Hauser Chocolates right down the road, Westerly local chocolatier. And within those chocolate bars, some might find a golden ticket. Ooh. Now, these golden tickets run from, and there's a bunch of them. So there's, I don't want to do the full math for you, but let's just say there's about a 1 in 5 chance that you're going to find yourself as a recipient of one of these golden tickets. Now, the golden tickets can range from free entry to a movie, or if you get one of the special ones, you can get free popcorn for life. Not life, for a year. Free, you can get...
If you have a year to live,
free
popcorn for life.
I mean, technically speaking, you have free popcorn for a year, a $500 gift certificate, your own message on the marquee, and then the big ones, I mean, the $500 is pretty big.
$500 is pretty big, yeah.
But you can also receive a carte blanche membership. Now, this is one of our higher tiers.
If you go to our website, you can see all the perks. This is one of our core memberships. I think the value of this is about $500.
About $500, yeah.
And then the big one, I think is the biggest one, is this cinema that we're sitting in, the micro cinema here at the United. It's a rental, so you can have your own screening and viewing and private showing of a movie of your choice here in the micro cinema. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so there is a wide array of incredible boons that you can find yourself owning if you come down and the run-up to Wonka, purchase yourself a United Bar.
So Wonka's a big one. It's family-friendly. I told you Trolls was family-friendly. The other two family-friendly films opening, we have Migration, the new Illumination film. Illumination, they've done all the Despicable Me films and everything. This is about...
Minions.
This is about a duck family that is migrating south. Really great cast, full of comedians. Awkwafina, Keegan-Michael Key, Kumail Nanjiani. This opens around Christmas. I believe it opens on the 22nd of December. And then the week before that, on the 15th, we're opening the new Disney animated film, Wish. This movie was written by Jennifer Lee, who did Frozen. This is a musical. So Disney animation musicals have been really great. You have Moana, you have Frozen. The last one to have come out was Encanto, which became this really big cult phenomenon.
Sleeper hit.
It was a sleeper hit. So don't sleep on this one, though. Wish looks really good, really great original music. And that's starring Chris Pine, Ariana DeBose. I don't know how to pronounce that last name, but
it's one of those two, I'm sure.
She was in West Side Story. I've heard some of the music from this. It's going to be a good time. Disney Animation is always doing a great job with these, especially with these musical films. So that's coming out the 15th. And then another smaller movie we have is this French courtroom drama called Anatomy of a Fall. And that film is opening on the 8th of December. That's kind of the lead-in to the the awards season, which is really going to be upon us in January. You have the Oscar nominations coming out, Golden Globes, Indie Spirit Awards. And like we did last year, we're going to put together this package after the new year for all of these great movies. They're all going to have one-offs. You can buy one ticket to see all of these films. Last year, we called it our awards series. This year, it's just going to be kind of these are the best films of 2023 series. So anything you've missed,
we'll find a snappier name.
I like that name I just came up with.
It's a bit long-winded.
Okay, maybe, but
we could shed one or two words, I think.
Yeah, but stay tuned for that. That's coming, like I said, after the new year. We have a ways to go, but we're gonna end this year with some really fun movies, a really good time at the movies, and some classics that are really exciting that people haven't seen on the big screen in a long time, especially the Lord of the Rings films. So stay tuned for that, and come down, check out our website, follow us on social media, and stay up to date with what we're doing here at the United. That's our holiday movie preview. I'll be back, like I said, next week to talk more about Napoleon and specifically about Ridley Scott. Lee, thanks for joining me.
Always a pleasure.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the United Theater Podcast Network. If you enjoyed this episode, we encourage you to subscribe to our show so you never miss an episode. And if you could take a moment to leave a review, we'd greatly appreciate it. Your feedback helps us create content that you love. So hit that subscribe button and leave us a review, and we'll see you on the next episode.